Oh, hi Foothouse subscribers. Today I'm going to be sharing some tips with you. Got to thinking about the cold weather that has just recently turned in the area. It got down to 32 today, even this morning. So what do you do when you go outside and you take your camera when it's cold weather? You took it in from your nice warm house or your nice warm car. You take it outside, you take your lens cap off and, oh shoot, my lens is all foggy. Yeah, that's the heat differential that your camera is experiencing, the temperature differential from the warm place wherever it was, in the car, in your house, and you take it outside and that cold, the condensation, the air condenses, and so any moisture in the air, hopefully there's not a lot of moisture in your lens, but it happens. And the lenses, even though they're made to be somewhat airtight, they're not totally airtight. They're not totally watertight either. It's unfortunate, but I mean, how can you expect to have smooth movement of your lens if it's completely airtight inside from air getting out, in, etc.? Not that there's vents made for a camera. That's not the point. But the point is, if the air is all locked inside, then the lens is not going to be able to move or other moving parts inside your lens, so it's just a bad idea. But taking your camera equipment, your lens, your camera body from inside to outside, warm inside, cold outside, leave your lens cap on if it's not that great a temperature difference. Now, right now I mentioned it's 32 degrees outside. It's probably mid to high 60s or 70 in your house. That's a pretty big gap. It's almost 40 degrees, not quite. But the other issue, that's just a temperature drop, period. I mean, it might be 100 outside or hotter in some areas, and you take it inside and you've got your air cranked down to low 60s, high 50s. Be careful with your equipment. You don't want that air inside to condense. Any moisture inside that air, any of that oxygen, hydrogen molecules combined together with your nitrogen and other carbon part of your air mixture, it's going to make moisture inside your lens. And then when it dries, it likes to stick to things like glass and other parts of your lens. It's going to make watermarks. You're going to have all these splotchy, looking like there are areas, water spots that are out of focus, and it makes your lens need a cleaning. Wow. Okay. So you just want to avoid anything that's going to require you to clean your sensor, to clean the lens. The outside of the lens is easy enough. There are lens cleaning kits for the outside of your lens. Don't really want to touch anything in the back of your lens. I mean, I prefer not to. I don't want to mess something up and then have to pay lots of money to get it fixed. Even though I hate taking a lens to someone to get it cleaned, I would really hate to try and clean it myself and then still have to pay lots of money to get it fixed. So find a good equipment cleaner, manufacturer that will clean it for you. Just find someone good, reliable, that will take care of your equipment and help you keep it clean and usable. But once you have your camera outside for a good while and you take it out of your bag, leave it with its lens cap and other parts of the camera together. Don't turn it on, don't let it move, just let it acclimate for 5 to 10 minutes. Just give it ample time. I don't know exactly how long it is until you can start to remove it, but just don't take your camera from outside or inside, wherever it's warm, cool, into somewhere that's cold. I don't know who would do this, but if you are shooting, taking a session and you're shooting meat in a freezer, temperature acclimation, make sure that you take it from wherever you are going and the place you are, it has time to acclimate. Make sure, I've given this camera about 5 minutes, taking it from inside my house, taking it outside here, giving it 5 minutes or so since I've been out here, and letting it acclimate to the outside and not removing the lens cap. I gave it some time to acclimate from the camera bag I had it in to the place near the door and the window, I gave it about 5 minutes or so that I was letting it sit there inside a warm area, that it wasn't that great of a difference taking it from the camera bag to the back door to do some pictures there at the back door. But letting it sit on the table near the back door, kind of getting started at that acclimation, even though there's not really a great temperature difference from outside to just inside the back door, I still didn't want to hurry through that process. I wanted to remind myself I need to slow down a little bit and let my camera acclimate. We acclimate as humans faster than equipment does, partly because we have a brain mindset that we just sometimes focus past something. We don't even think about it until we get back inside and we realize, oh, how cold we are. Well, that's part of it. I mean, we have that mental ability to focus past something. Equipment, there's no mental status. It is just physical physics, science that it experiences, and it is subject to all of that. It can't think or focus past it. We are still subject to it, even though it's not part of our mental thought process. We can push past some of those things. The camera equipment just has to suffer through it. So give your equipment a good time to acclimate to your conditions wherever you are shooting. Then after that time of acclimation, then you can remove your camera lens. Yeah, see, my fingers aren't even working right now. Now you've got your good working, clean equipment that's acclimated to your temperature. Have a good one.